It was impossible to tell whether our dreams were real or merely products of our imagination. Andrew, Gabriel, Lara, and Emily had decided to escape the monotony of city life by going to a remote mountain cabin, unaware that this would not be an ordinary vacation. The car moved along a long, narrow forest road, the trees' shadows stretching ominously as the sun set. Andrew was behind the wheel, trying to joke but clearly tense. "It's just a trip. Try to enjoy a little thrill," he said. Emily kept staring out the window, noticing dark shapes moving slowly between the trees. "Did you see that too?" she asked. Gabriel squinted. "It's just the wind. Our eyes are playing tricks on us," he said. But Lara's anxious expression silently unnerved everyone. When they finally arrived at the cabin, from the outside it looked old but sturdy. Inside, however, the atmosphere shifted entirely. The walls were covered in dust, dirt, and cracks. Old notes and strange symbols hinted that the house might have once served as a laboratory, long abandoned. Emily noticed an old device tucked in a corner, but Andrew moved it away. "It's useless. Don't linger there," he said. Despite the silence, the cabin's heavy and unsettling presence weighed on them. It was nothing like a normal vacation home. The first evening was spent by the fireplace. Tension rose slowly as the flickering light sent shadows dancing across the room. Lara whispered, "It feels alive." Gabriel tried to stay rational. "Old houses make noises," he said, but all of them were unaware of how fast their hearts were racing. At midnight, everyone retired to their rooms and fell asleep. That's when things began to turn strange. In Emily's dream, the cabin transformed into an endless labyrinth. Rooms merged into each other, corridors constantly shifted. Behind her, a figure appeared, its shape constantly changing, its movements mirroring hers. Emily ran with all her strength. The figure pursued her relentlessly. When she awoke, the dark shadow from her dream still lingered in the corner of the corridor. When she blinked, it vanished, yet its presence was palpable. Andrew dreamed of losing his friends one by one. In each room, he found someone, only to find the next room empty. When he woke, the room was silent, yet he felt his breath on the back of his neck. He turned. No one was there, yet his shadow on the wall moved independently of him. Lara dreamed the ceiling of the cabin slowly descended. The walls bent inward, the rooms contracted. When she tried to wake, her body wouldn't respond. Upon waking, the ceiling still leaned slightly, with fine cracks and dust falling from the crevices. Gabriel found himself inside a mirror in his dream. The mirrored world was detached from reality. Unfamiliar silhouettes walked around. Long arms dangled from the ceiling, and the light constantly shifted. Gabriel touched the glass. His fingers passed through it. When he awoke abruptly, he saw the misty traces of his fingers etched on the mirror. By morning, they all realized that some elements from their dreams had manifested physically in the cabin. The dark corridor from Emily's dream appeared in a corner. The whispers Andrew heard came faintly through the radio. Lara's slanted ceiling cast a shadow in the morning light. Their psyches began to crumble. Andrew said, "This can't be real. How can dreams become reality?" Emily silently nodded. Gabriel tried to research the cabin on his laptop, but no records existed. Its past was lost, as if erased from memory itself. On the second night, events became even more complex. Dreams and reality had merged beyond recognition. Andrew noticed in his dream that the figure was moving in the real world. Emily's voice echoed, but was it really her, or a replica created by the figure? Lara saw objects moving on their own. They shifted the moment she blinked. Emily saw the figure again in her dream. It had no face, yet its presence made it impossible to breathe. Lara shivered. "It's watching us," she whispered. the figure stepped forward. Everything in the room materialized their deepest fears. Walls screamed, the floor bled, shadows moved with intent. The group gathered in a single room. Furniture piled up, walls caved in, and the ceiling nearly touched their heads. Andrew said, "We have to get out of here, but how?" "There's no door," Gabriel replied. "Dream and reality are one now. Whatever we do, the house won't let us go." Sunlight streamed into the room, yet no window existed. The door was still missing. Dream and reality had completely intertwined. The group clung to one another. Shadows continued to watch them. And at that moment the figure appeared again, silent, yet every movement stole their breath away. In the blink of an eye, everything changed. The room fell silent, the figure vanished, yet dream and reality remained inseparable. The group was still trapped in the cabin. In the corner, shadows waited. Time and space had lost all meaning. Dreams had seeped into reality, trapping them in an endless nightmare. Emily stepped forward. As her feet touched the floor, it trembled and opened into a void beneath them. Lara screamed, but her voice disappeared into the emptiness. Andrew tried to hold Gabriel, but his hands hovered helplessly. He could neither grasp nor move. The figure appeared again, now fully tangible, too real to look away from. A hot breath filled the room. They blinked and the figure left, but their fear remained solid within the cabin. Every breath reminded them of its presence. Andrew said, "We have to get out." Gabriel slumped into a corner. "Can we? Dream and reality are fully merged. The house draws its power from us." Lara whispered, trembling, We can't escape." Emily murmured, "Maybe all we can do is wait." But for what? Days passed. They could no longer track time. Morning and night were meaningless. They forgot to eat and drink, yet hunger and thirst never came. Only fear remained, constant and suffocating. As they walked, walls bent, corridors vanished, furniture moved, and shadows made their deepest fears tangible. One morning, the group gathered in a single room. There were no windows, no doors, no light, only darkness and silence. Emily whispered, "The eyes watching us. They're still here." Lara added, shivering, "Dream or reality? It doesn't matter anymore." Andrew took a deep breath. "Maybe we belong here." Suddenly, a light appeared in the center of the room. When they blinked, it vanished. The figure emerged once more, faceless, yet its presence filled the room. Behind it, shadows stretched from the walls, with screams and dark forms. Each had to confront their deepest fears. The figure seemed to know them intimately, tearing them apart. Then, silence fell. The figure and the shadows vanished. Yet something remained in the room. Were they breathing, or was it an illusion? Time no longer existed in the cabin. Dreams had fully overtaken reality. The group clung to one another, perhaps forever, perhaps just for a moment. Who could know? From the outside, the cabin appeared silent. No movement, sunlight streaming gently inside. But within, four friends were trapped in an endless confrontation with their fears, and in the corner, shadows still watched them.